This can be as long as music. I can always cut this.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Hi. So let me find. Oh yeah, I'm gonna start off with this.
Who says we need to cut this?
This is brilliant. This is brilliant stuff. Bloopers. Greetings and salutations, all you Yoshis living in the land of milk and honey. I'm Yoshi StarChild. This is my good buddy Matt. You're cool being called Matt.
Yep, that works for me.
Awesome. We're here to show off our Pokemons, and I'm playing the dreaded Mag Cargo GX. It's totally the deck. I'm being sarcastic, as is pretty usual. We're doing some post-rotation testing, and I'll let Matt take it away and describe his deck that I think is going to be pretty meta.
All right.
I don't claim to be an expert, but
I'm hoping. We'll see. So I'm playing Malamar, which has the ability Psychic Recharge. So it'll take a Psychic Energy from your discard pile and put it to anybody on the bench. And then I have a Garchomp Giratina. This one's in Japanese. It's a proxy. So its first attack, linear attack, does 40 damage anywhere you want. And the second attack for a Psychic, Fighting, and Colorless does 160 damage. And if your opponent's Pokemon has any damage counters on it, it does 80 more. So 240 damage is a lot of damage. And then its GX attack for 2 Psychic and a Fighting. It's called GGN-GX. It discards one of your opponent's Pokemon, and that can be pretty good too to stop anything like a Reshiram Charizard or a Pikarom, anything big that's setting up a lot of energy. And then if you have 3 more fighting attached, you can discard 2. This deck only runs 3 fighting energy and 7 psychic, so the goal is not to discard 2 Pokemon.
it's just to get rid of any any pesky GXs. I'm going for kind of a value Reshizard. There's a regular Mag Cargo in here, but you got the Mag Cargo GX, which I should actually see. Yeah, I found it. This is our garage. This is our basement. This is hanging in the basement with Pokemon. That's just garage band. It feels a little low rent to me. So our recording device is literally on a stool, a printer, and a book. But we're making it happen. We're living the dream right now. So I have the flexibility to pull out some GXs if I need to, but I'm primarily going to try to use these Charizards over here, the vanilla baby from Team Up, recycle the energy mostly, but Brock's Grit's there to bring them back if I need them. We got some dye set up. We got some Swedish fish off camera.
Yep, I love Swedish fish.
I don't think you can expect us to not eat them on camera. We'll see.
We left the bag over there on the counter, so hopefully we won't be digging into it.
But I'm eating one now. So we're gonna just test and see how this goes.
So we might split this video into 2 or 3 parts depending on if we want to make it a series, but we'll probably just start with 1 game.
Mm-hmm. See how it goes. We played earlier today, and Matt's deck was not
it was dead drawn like crazy, but hopefully it does what it's supposed to, so it can be a good showcase of the Garchomp Giratina.
Yes.
And the draw engine of this deck is Jirachi. And its ability, Stellar Wish, allows you to search the top 5 cards of your deck. Whoops, I dropped it. Search the top 5 cards of your deck, and then choose a trainer card from there. And then this Pokemon goes to sleep, which is very, very good for searching out things like Mysterious Treasure, draw supporters like Lily or Cynthia. And it combos well with a Skateboard, if I can find that. There it is. Because it takes off the retreat cost by 1, which Jirachi has a 1 retreat cost, and it can retreat if it's asleep or paralyzed, which you would not be able to before. Mm-hmm. And then in this matchup, at least, the main attacker is not going to be Giratina Garchomp. It's going to be the regular Giratina. Its ability Distortion Door allows you to pull it out of the discard pile and put it onto your bench, and then you put 1 damage counter on 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, so that can be very, very good for spread. And you use the Malamars to Psychic Recharge onto this, and Shadow Impact for 2 colorless, or 2 Psychic and a colorless, does 130, and then you put 4 damage counters on your side of the board. And yeah, 130 can do pretty well because Charizard's ability makes it put 2 damage counters on it, and it gives it 2 fire energy, but it has 150 base. But when you have 2 damage counters on it, that equals 130, so Giratina can just knock that out. And I have spell tags in here, which once he knocks something out, and if that's attached, I put 4 damage counters wherever I want. So if I see a couple Charmanders out,
throwing damage all over the place.
Yep, I just want to. That's my goal of the match.
Yeah, you can just
I was
spell
not
tags.
able to set that up earlier today.
No.
It was a little late after we took about 3 prizes.
His spell tags or his Giratinas to activate the 240 damage from his Garchomp Giratina, and a skateboard works pretty well in the Malamar deck because Malamar, I believe, Inkay's 1. So you can, if you for whatever reason need to, you can still a skateboard an Inkay for that retreat, save it. It could turn into the wonderful put your Pokemon up there. Let's see what I get, and now I can attack.
Yep.
I'm all shuffled up.
All right.
So if you want to give a tap, oh man, or a cut.
Would you like heads or tails?
I will go heads. It's always heads, except for when it's not.
Except for when it's not. Oh, that one went off the table. Let me try that again.
Let's do one more.
It is heads.
It's
all
heads.
right.
All right. I gotta try to get that evolution advantage, so I'm gonna go first. But this is a kind of a tricky matchup for just trying to do straight Charizard, because Charizard is gonna,
I have to take a mulligan.
Mulligan? Oh man. Put that back and look for another basic, sir. Charizard costs, ideally I'm with a Charmander, a rare candy to put it out there, and then I take 2 energy, lose those, and his Giratina, I can knock out a Giratina, no sweat, but it goes away, he brings it back, and then reattaches the energies with his Psychic Recharges.
As long as I have something like a Jirachi out, or an Inkay with an Escape Board, or an Energy, something I can retreat back into that Giratina, because if I can't, I'm just stuck.
So I'm going to probably be trying to lean a little more on the GXs against this particular matchup. But we'll see how it goes. We were talking about changes earlier, and I can't remember what I was considering cutting, because I think we decided 2 Slugmas need to be in here. I only have 1.
Yeah, because you want to combo the baby mid-cargo from Celestial Storm. You want to combo that with the Mad Cargo GX, so you can Crushing Charge of Fire Energy wherever you want.
Especially when I'm trying to hit really big bulky Pokemon we'll start, but the dream.
All right, good luck.
You as well. Elm's Lecture.
So already this is kind of the start. I would want Jirachi and an Inkay on the bench. Looking pretty good.
This is sort of my ideal turn 1.
Got the Professor Elm's Lecture.
I want to be able to pull out Charmanders, thin my deck out a little bit.
See if you got your Ditto in there.
I do. I should look and see if I got anything else that's worth having. Okay. I think I had the Alolan Ninetales in my hand. The Alolan Ninetales GX, that is. And I didn't explain it. That's pretty good for grabbing just items. When it evolves, Ditto can become that. Ditto can become any stage 1 Pokemon. And it's great. It's not in there. I shouldn't reveal that information, but I think that's a certain level of excitement.
Yep.
And if we're going to test, sometimes I like to just sort of talk through what we're both doing without quite showing each other like our hands, but trying to figure out.
So small disclaimer, this might look a little bit odd, but we have to overlap our play mats to try and fit it on this table. So yeah, I have to get used to it too, because typically I'll have this up here, but it's not gonna happen that way this time.
Right, and I'm holding the yellow and nine tails. That's how focused on trying to say things to the camera I am right now.
Yeah. You should show them the yellow and nine tails.
Oh, it's
a good looking
gorgeous. Card. I love it because I got a booster box and pulled it. It was a natural pull.
Not something you gotta buy online.
Yeah, although that's much more economically sound.
Yep.
Just buy the cards you want. That's all I can do. So.
Yeah, the Unified Minds, the new set in Pokemon, got released on Friday. I went out and bought 6 packs. Nothing, absolutely nothing out of it. Alright, I'll draw for turn.
Look forward to a potential breakdown of some of our favorite cards with our other buddy, who I will keep nameless because I don't know identity issues.
We'll see if he'll want to come over one of these days.
Yeah,
he's pretty tired today.
He was supposed to be here at our league, our local league.
I'm going to actually store a wish first.
And he had carpal tunnel or something from playing too much Pokemon. So, for those who say that you don't risk anything when you're playing Pokemon, and Pokemon players aren't athletes.
Said he was playing all day yesterday.
I get those. Tired. I get that whatever it's called. It's not a stress ball, but it's like it's got like a spring kind of. And it's got the 2 handles, and you have to hold it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's called. I know what you're talking about.
I grip train all the time.
Yeah, that's why this is just so easy for us.
Yeah, you got to keep those hands.
Actually, I'm gonna go back in here. I decided to fail the Stellar Wish, but I will Mysterious Treasure away a Psychic Energy.
See, this is one of the reasons why Malamar remains pretty darn good.
Yes, because
the discarding an energy fits so well into its ability, and it has a search to just find whatever you want.
We'll make a nice
and you don't
thorough
have to,
search of the deck.
I have Elm's Lecture and Pokemon Communication, which is a cool card, but you have to be holding a card in your hand, so it's not as exciting as
I'm going to grab another Inkay. It's important to have 2 or 3 of those out on turn 1.
You don't have to worry about getting Guzma sniped, so that's good.
Right.
Guzma, it's sort of weird. Sorry, like I spit at you.
What?
It's sort of weird. Not sure who's going to be watching this, so want to keep it friendly to if you don't know what's going on. But at the same time, you know, it's probably going to be for someone who attends a Pokemon league.
I'm going to bench Mew.
So, but Guzma.
Then I will Lily for 6.
Guzma, you can pick a target, pull it out. We have Custom Catcher, but that costs 2 cards instead of 1 card that you have to get into your hand.
This isn't too bad. I will play Acrobike.
Show my hand full of redundancies.
Ooh.
I wish I could discard
I don't believe I will need this Esper for this matchup.
You don't want to bench snipe me?
I don't know if I'll need to. We'll see. I might regret it.
Oh right. All you need is Giratina.
I'm going to bench the second Jirachi. I got that off of the Acrobike.
Preferably
I'll
3.
My
nice.
Skateboard. I do want to see if I can get my hands on a Giratina.
I'm in a kind of an awkward position here because this deck currently...
I'm going to go ahead and retreat into my other Jirachi.
Oh, gosh, he's going to get another card.
Stellar Wish.
Look at this guy over here.
I could fail it.
And he's just going to take another card.
Let's see here.
You might want to turn 1 Lily. I don't think you've supported yet, have you?
I have. I did the turn 1 Lily for 6.
Oh, you already... Oh. This is still turn 1.
So I have 3 Malamars in my hand. So I'm going to take a Pokemon Communication to get rid of one of these Malamars.
First Hollow, the best kind of cards. That's interesting. Are you already holding 2?
Huh? Yes, I have 2 more in my hand.
Okay.
Alright, make sure everything's in the deck. It's always good to search your deck out. I'll look at this. I don't have a way to discard it for its ability, but I'm going to just bench it.
Can always get right. I'm in a sticky situation because I started Slugma.
That's got a hefty retreat cost.
2, and I don't ever want to attack with it.
I'm pretty sure you don't want to welder onto a Slugma.
No, you don't want to welder onto a Slugma to discard the cards. That's what we call a nightmare, a waking nightmare. So I'm basically thinking about just sacrificing the Slugma because I don't have currently in this deck any ways to move it. I don't have any switches.
I will attach fighting energy for turn.
Switches might be a good idea.
And then I am going to attach spell tag because Field Blower is out of format, and I know he does not play any gusting in his deck. It's very hard to fit 4 custom catchers sometimes. And then I'll pass you.
You and your spell tags.
I know they can be a little annoying, but I enjoy that little spread when I need it.
You and your gosh darn spell tags. Oh my god. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. And this is also
2 Jirachis out because this is my hand. 2 Malamar and a Hoopa.
Oh my god.
The Hoopa has
you're gonna Jirachi into a Cynthia.
Good.
I know your deck a little bit.
Yeah.
You're gonna Jirachi into a Cynthia. You're gonna Stellar Wish Cynthia and get a brand new hand of goodness.
So this Hoopa here, I'm gonna show him this card real quick.
Is a puzzle.
It's got a really nice art on it. I would love to see this on a playmat, to be honest. Anyways, it's attack evil admonition for 1 colorless. Does 10 damage base, and then it adds 20 or 30. It adds 20 for each ability your opponent has in play. This can be good against the Malamar and Mirror because they have all the Psychic Recharge and Stellar Wishes out, and Distortion Doors, and Giratina is weak to Dark. And Giratina also cannot one-shot this without, putting the spell tag damage on. So it can cause your opponent to have a little bit of a hiccup trying to take out your Pokemon, because in a mirror like that, you're just going to want to be attacking with Giratina, because as soon as you put out a 2-prizer or a 3-prizer, your opponent will have the advantage after that.
I'm hitting a bit of a puzzle here because my hand is full of redundant cards.
Okay. Well.
So.
Interesting.
Yes. I can get a rare candy through the Ninetales or the Mad Cargo. Ninetales is just going to sit there afterwards. Mad Cargo can give me a card every turn. If I card draw, it allows me to search out things. So I can play a Lily or a Welder.
For me, I would believe that the smartest play to do is play the Alola Ninetales, because I don't play any gusting in this deck either, so there's no way I could bring it up and knock it out. It's just sitting there. Yes, you're wasting, your Ditto bench space, and it would potentially...
Well, my main concern is that...
You can play both, technically.
I can play both.
It's just another energy
I just basically have to... Yeah. I either
but
have
it's
to
sitting
retreat
up the rest of your board until I knock it out.
Right. So... I think
it's probably the best play for now.
With your decision that I'm probably just gonna have to say goodbye to Mad Cargo and make my peace with that, and hope I can set my board up a little better.
Yep. So he's gonna use Mysterious Guidance here, which searches his deck for 2 item cards, and he does have that Charizard in hand, so he's gonna be able to get a Rare Candy, a Pokegear.
I think I want a Pokegear.
I did not. I don't remember if he had the Rare Candy in hand.
I did not have a Rare Candy in hand.
So he's going to want that.
Yes. Definitely want the Rare Candy. And I think I will... I don't know what exactly I'm trying to go for here. Pokegear. I don't know. It'd be nice to find a Welder.
Yep.
I'm going to try to find some Fire Energy.
How many Pokegears do you play?
3.
3? I say that's a pretty good number. Because 2 Jirachis, 3 Pokegears.
That's what we talked about.
That's what I run too.
Yeah. I went when we were talking about it, I went the 3 Pokegear, 2 Bills analysis route.
So there's no more Bills in there? Bills analysis?
Yeah, there's 2.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Yeah, that's
a good card.
We added that, yeah. And so now I'm just thinking about what I'm going to smooth over here. Do I want to... I will be going back in, so let's just do that really quick. We'll Rare Candy Charizard out. I could Lily for 2 cards. This is a weird one. Basically, I'm thinking, do I guarantee a Welder? and then turn.
You have a Pokegear, right?
I have a Pokegear 3.0 in hand, and so I could smooth over, or I could just try to play the odds that after I shuffle.
I'd say to make things interesting, you just play the odds, and then you can get like. What else would you have in mind to get off of the smooth over?
Maybe a fire energy, or I think a roaring resolve. So.
I mean, if that does help you set up, then I would absolutely go for that. Because I think Pokegear, search top 7 cards, look for a supporter, and you play 4 welder.
You know what? I think actually
the odds of it are okay, I guess.
I think early on,
it's tough.
We'll see.
If you don't want to risk it, then I would definitely just go for the smooth over.
I think I like what you're going with the. I think I might want to
make sure you don't just don't blame me if you don't get it right.
Well, it could go either way.
You could get a Bills analysis. You could get.
But do you want me to thank you when it goes the right way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Let's see it.
You've worked at Burger King, right? So have it your way. Oh man, totally hit it. Well done, Matt. Well done.
Oh, you got it.
I did. I'm just.
All right.
I have to see though.
How many welders did you get in that?
Just one.
All right.
I'll grab the welder and then I'll smooth over. For that one.
How many Brock's grit do you play?
One? 2 currently.
2.
Against.
Potentially, I think you might be able, because I know you don't want the fire energy in your hand, but if you are going to do something like welder, fire crystal would be nice.
I thought about fire crystal.
Even
fire
just
crystal
one Brock's grit, 1 or 2 fire crystal.
Because I still find myself roaring resolve. Oh, which I'm not sure if I want a roaring resolve.
Might be a little bit risky considering.
Giratina.
Yep. Of course, once you try and hit into that, I can just use spell tags, so maybe it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't really
the worst.
Matter.
But if you didn't do that, then I'd have to hit into it and waste 2 of my damage counters. I'm gonna cut. I'll have to waste 2 of my extra damage counters and put it on that Charizard to be able to knock it out instead of putting it somewhere else.
And this feels so bad.
All right.
Lily for 2.
Lily for 2. Okay.
The best move you could ever do.
I bet those are 2 really good cards.
They ain't bad.
All right, Reshiram, Charizard. I'd say it's a halfway decent card,
Yeah,
it's all right.
if you know what you're talking about a little bit, it's a card that this is where I'm conflicted because I'm holding Welder Activator, but I also kind of want to start powering up Reshiram and Charizard.
See, I don't know. I would honestly try and stick to a non-GX type of route because as soon as that comes up, I have 3 damage counters I can place. I can attack it and then just take 3 prizes. But he can also do the same with a comeback attack with that Charizard. It can do a lot of damage.
That's true.
He attaches for turn, Welders 2, and then Roaring Resolves. That's 280 damage for 5 energy, which will one-shot a Giratina Garchomp.
Right. Currently, you have a full bench, so you can't pull out your Giratina Garchomp. I think I'm going to go here and pass.
Alright. I will flip. I'm still asleep.
Sweep the world, you
Alright, I'll draw for turn. I will put these 2 Malamars down.
Why wouldn't you?
That was a pretty nice top deck in Pokegear. Let's see if I can have the same luck as Yoshi StarChild here.
He remembered. We were talking about that.
Yes. Okay. All right.
That's my first Yoshi.
I would have preferred a Lily, but I will take a Cynthia, and I will not complain because I could have gotten absolutely nothing.
Cards. Well, I guess it's 6 cards instead of 5.
Yep.
But I like trying to keep drawing cards instead of putting cards back.
Yeah, I don't know because sometimes I might not want to hoop back in deck. It might not be horrible because he's gonna have a lot of abilities in play.
That's true.
But because I'm not gonna run out of Giratinas anytime soon.
This is a little bit of a lie. You can't run out of Giratina.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
Alolan Muck is roaches, so could work hat for you.
Well, I guess you can't run out of Giratinas. You can just not knock them out.
Yeah, that's true.
But then it just sits there doing damage.
It's basically whoever takes the first prize. Sometimes we just don't know how that's going to work. So here's another hand with no energy, and I did get that Hoopa back. That's nice. But I'm going to put down a Viridian Forest. Ooh. I will play it to get rid of this Hoopa. And I do... Let me check one more time. I do have a switch in hand, so I will be able to take the first prize.
And I won't be able to smooth over.
Oh no!
It's kind of...
Take a psychic energy here, and then I will mysterious treasure that away.
I definitely need to run 2 slug modes, because it's kind of what I've been doing. It's how I search things. You search, you play a card, draw a card, and you get the top card, the card that you want.
Pretty much it right there. I will take... My Malamars are safe, so I'm going to take another Giratina, get that set up for its ability for next turn, potentially use that Viridian Forest. I don't have anything to discard right now unless I get something off of this Stellar Wish. Cutter tap.
It's one of the exciting things about the new meta is the...
I will use my ability.
It's hard to gust.
Okay, I got a Viridian Forest, a Switch, and a Cynthia. I am going to take the Cynthia.
Oh. I'm eating Swedish fish.
Gotta love that Swedish fish.
Do you want one?
Sure. Thank you.
Swims into his hand. I heard Bill Nye saying the other day that air is technically a liquid. And I don't understand that at all.
Air is technically... I've never heard of that. That's a new one. I will use both of my Psychic Recharge abilities on my Giratina.
I don't know where that comes... I can't remember what the explanation was.
I thought it was a gas. Switch. I think it is.
Like, I guess it's comprised of gas, but like maybe the whole thing total maybe makes... I don't know.
I will use Shadow Impact for the knockout.
I think that might be some...
So my thought process behind these 4 damage counters is, will he promote Reshizard or will he promote the Charizard? If he was to promote the Reshizard, he would have to welder 2 energies on it and then attach to be able to knock it out. He can't really knock it out of outrage anyway, so I think I'm just going to set the 4 damage counters on the active here, because Charizard with just 2 energy, it's already going to knock it out. Alright, and then I will take my prize. I put the 4 right here.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
And it's your go.
See, I'm considering Double Blaze GXing.
Okay.
Because...
Oh, that's true. You don't need 4, you just need 3.
Right. Try to put some pressure on you, but, you know, it's still early. You have a Cynthia, so you can look for a way to get your Giratina Garchomp. I almost think I'm going to give you this.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to set up a little more.
Probably a pretty good idea.
While you're...
Because definitely not lost, even though going down a prize in a pretty much 1 prize matchup is tough.
Right.
Plenty of combat mechanics like Reset Stamp. Right. I don't know if you play that.
I don't have those currently. That's sort of...
I know one of my friends at our Pokemon League plays 2 in his deck.
A Viridian Forest.
He was playing the Muck and a Alolan Muck Tag Team GX with Malamar. 3 very, very close games. I actually ended up scraping that one out. I managed to pull away. I survived by 10 damage on game 3. Wow. He was playing Koga's Traps and he could not find his last one. It was a lot of fun.
For sure.
Yeah, that was an interesting matchup.
I haven't considered the latest set for this. This is all stuff that's currently out. Oh, I guess it's all out now. Because the set dropped like yesterday or something.
The World Championships are... I think they leave on Wednesday, right? Our friends leave on Wednesday?
I think that's what she
So
said.
it must be in 2 weeks. Yeah, the World Championships in DC, 2 weeks away. That's gonna be a lot of fun to watch.
Right, I already gave you 2 more prizes because I'm hoping for a miracle.
Might be a bit risky.
It's super risky. I have no way of freeing that alone Ninetales.
Except that considering Charizard.
I'm gonna draw 3 cards. I was considering, I think, De-Evolution Spray. for both Alolan Ninetales and the Magcargo GX.
Is it the De-Evolution Spray Z?
Z, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to use that again.
Right. You can't
like evolve it
to
turn after
turn.
like the original
goes back
De-Evolution Spray.
Goes back into the deck, but the logic was, it takes a hit, and then I might give them one prize, free up a Pokemon slot.
True.
It takes 130 damage here, let's say. I De-Evolution Z.
That would be interesting. Or even
get rid of
Super
it.
Scoop Up, which is
Right.
more of a flip, but
Yeah, it's a little more risky. Already Viridian Forest attached there. Look at my super awesome hand. It's so good. There's no way you can ever win.
I mean, you could have potentially Viridian Forest for that fire energy, bumped it with Heat Factory, and then played it.
I just drew Heat Factory.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you had no idea it was coming.
Yeah. Unless I smoothed over for it.
Yeah.
Which I didn't. So that's literally all I can. Well, I could set up for Roaring Resolve. Do I want to have a higher chance of drawing an energy? I don't know, though. Without shuffling, doesn't really. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just try to, because I need to be drawing cards.
Gotta thin the deck.
Yep, I need to be drawing cards because I want to try to get rid of that clump right there. I want to try to make sure I have enough, and all I have is 2 attack. I mean, I have 2 attackers that they're pretty heavy. They're pretty heavy hitters. But this one's worth 3 prizes, so.
Yep.
And then I pass it over to you.
All right.
Cutter tab.
You sure you don't want to bump that Viridian Forest? I mean, I guess you could have some use for it.
Oh! I forgot about that fact.
It's
so what am I worrying about drawing fires?
You might
not
be
there.
The worst idea to leave that because you need to draw fire energy.
It's true.
I will be able to get rid of this guillotine I was talking about last turn, which I don't know how much that affects you, but
well, I mean,
I'm just gonna Cynthia the rest of it away.
I'm still looking at. I think I will not put the stadium out. I'm still trying to figure out this matchup and this deck.
I will draw.
I call this.
Turn here.
Well, I don't have a name for it, but it's version 1.5. I like to think of it as. I had a starting version that had literally 4 welders and nothing else for draw support. It was awful.
It's hard to get that working.
Yes.
I have a Regizard list with that.
4 cards out of 60 cards.
I think I'm going to take this energy and attach it to this meat.
That one has Green's Exploration, right? Something to pull trainer cards.
Which one?
The Regizard you had that had only 4 welder, and that was it for draw support?
That was the Greens version. The other one that I play is...
so you did have ways to at least
Tactics.
Find those welders.
Yeah, I have 4 Pokegear, 1 Judge, 2 Builds Analysis, and then 3... It's either 3 or 4 Blues Tactics. It's good for setup if you're in a slower paced matchup. So you can play down all your cards, get your Regizards out and whatever, and then at the end of your turn you draw it until you have 8 cards in your hand. It's a very good card. I considered putting it in this deck. I know our friend from League, he does play in his Muck Muck deck. Thought that was pretty cool. He never got to use it. He ended up discarding it to play things like, Sightseer and Lily, Cynthia, just the normal supporters. Cutter tap.
I'm going to check on the computer and make sure it's still recording it. The light's on.
Alright.
Battery life's still good.
Okay. Draw my 6 cards.
This video brought to you by Microsoft Surface Pro 6. Microsoft, give me money.
Sponsor this
It's the best. All you have to do is head on over to Best Buy and...
So I won't be able to do too much with this hand
24-month financing.
So I will just Shadow Impact for 130.
Okay. And
I will place these 4 right there. I can do 6 and 2.
Be the heathen that I am. I like to represent 100.
It's easier that way to be able to, Just for reading, sometimes that's easier.
I think it's, I'll bring out a Charmeleon. Then I will discard this Professor Elm's lecture to search through, just riffle through here, just kind of take a look, see what I got on hand, and it's like this energy looks pretty good. There's two of them next to each other. I'll take that one. He was showing me how he shuffles, and
when your deck is
when it gets smaller, one of the things, and so I'm practicing that and getting a little better at it.
Yeah, I'm still pretty bad at shuffling. I lose cards, but like when you have a thin deck, you just.
He's like, to me, he's what is going on. He's so good.
Yeah, one of our buddies from League, he's very experienced. He's a fast player. It's unbelievable how fast he can shuffle.
Are you talking about? It's a pretty
common name.
It's his last name. Okay, well, I think that's enough.
His name is Bill.
Bill? That's not even his real name. So boom.
No, it's not his real name.
Super protected. I think I will bump your Viridian Force now.
All right.
That feels okay. Mostly because
Bill's a very experienced player. He's good to test with.
Want to get as few cards in my hand as possible for this here Lily.
All right, Lily for 4, not bad.
3 and 4. I tend to rush, so this is so counter me, but it also feels like, well, I think it was a little better than just trying to start prize racing his Pokemon that he can just keep bringing back.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough one. You might be in a little bit of a predicament just because you won prizes all over the board.
I don't feel... It's true. I don't feel particularly confident, but I still think I played fairly well, giving my opening hand and whatnot. I will Heat Factory.
There you go. It's very good stadium, especially when it can stick.
Super good.
If it's able to stick, it's just really, really good for.
You pointing that out just makes me think that it's not going to.
Maybe
it's
not.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
I'll draw. And I will go ahead and bump the Heat Factory.
Why do you hate
Hey,
me?
you got 3 cards out of it. It's like
Why
a how, right?
Me? Sure, yeah, it's a how.
Yeah, it is.
It's a how for 2 cards.
Pretty much. I really don't want to do much with this hand because like I like where it's at right now, but I don't know what to do with it. I think I will start by. Man, I actually don't know. I'm going to probably use Viridian Forest. Let's get rid of...
It's always nice to take a peek at your deck.
I'm going to thin the deck a little bit. Thin my hand. I'm going to go ahead and Viridian Forest away Cynthia. I am going to take...
We have Lily's.
No, I'm going to take a Psychic Energy, I think. I do have Lily in hand, but I'm going to go back in.
Sometimes want a thinner hand.
I will Pokemon Communication away my Garchomp and Giratina.
Okay. Going for the... You can always get it later.
I will choose to fail that.
For the 6 prize route.
I am in a pretty good spot. And anytime I would have to put that out, which is not what I want to do, that can be a little rough because you have the Reshiram Charizard. You have Baby Charizard that can just blow it up out of nowhere. Because who knows what you have in your hand, you know? Cut or tap.
It's true.
Okay, I will take this Psychic Energy and I will just attach it to the active. And I will Lily for 4.
Okay.
Okay, I got a skateboard. I have an acro bike. I will play that. Okay.
Dude, this is crazy.
I'm going to
take. I guess we'll see. Put all but 1 damage counter.
Take that one
on your Giratina through Shadow Impacts. I don't know. There are many games where Giratina sticks.
So let's see here. It has 80 on it, right? And you do 30 base. Okay, so that would still make you. I guess it doesn't. Because then I would be in outrage range. You could simply send that up and attack it. So I will Shadow Impact for knockout, and I'll put the 4 damage counters on a Malamar. And take 2 prizes.
I like that. Force me to double blaze or flare strike.
That Ditto will hit onto the lost zone. It doesn't really matter at this point because there's not anything.
Correct.
Only Brock's Grip potentially, but
right. And I wouldn't Brock's Grip back at Ditto Prison, but
yeah,
that's a good point. Your point is well taken. Oy, 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 oy. Oy. I don't even know. Like, I don't like
you're
it.
a bit of a tough spot because I'm up by 3 prizes.
You're up by 3 prizes.
This was looking like earlier today when you were up by 3 prizes, and there's like I'm just playing to play. There's nothing I can do at this point.
I got a bit of a slow hand.
Definitely not over yet, but because he's got big HP guys. But if I'm able to get out my big HP guys that hit hard, then that could just seal it.
Yeah. You got the spell tags. Either way, you got a spell tag basically. Because at this point, with what I gotta go for something. Like I can't just sit here.
Yeah, not having gusting effects just makes everything harder because typically I'm not safe with just having 2 Malamars out. I want 2 Malamars and an Inkay or 3 Malamars out. So I have at least 2. So I have the attachment for turn, and then Psychic Recharge twice because everything has basically a 3 energy cost. Between the Giratina and then the Giratina Garchomp.
This is weird where I feel like I really should almost feel like I have to knock out your Giratina at this point. But then you can put out Giratina Garchomp.
Like I'm just not sure if there's an option here. If you're able to bump Verdant Forest or anything like that, or just disrupt my hand. That's why maybe Judge and Reset Stamp are good for this. For situations like this, at least.
Right. Yeah. It's not like I don't like it definitely feels like I let you get too far ahead. And I don't know that I have a whole lot.
Even if you didn't put up the Ninetales, if you were to put up the Charmeleon or anything like that, I'm still up by 2 prizes.
You're still just taking the prize.
So it's just tough when you go down by even 1 or 2 prizes in a matchup like this.
Right. Maybe if I had saved the Mag Cargo as a Ditto and just gave you the Slugma, but then I would have had a Charizard slower. Like who knows? I feel. I want to say I feel pretty comfortable scooping, but
you should let him see the Calamity Edge.
Let's play it out, right? So in that case, I want to try to do the best I can with what I have, and that's where I'm trying to think about. So you could potentially
even just retreat to save the game, maybe.
Does that really save the game?
Or make the game longer? I don't know.
Like, I don't think anything saves the game. You know, we'll show off your deck a little more, though, I think. But I will try to...
Maybe for future games, because this might be a 2 or 3 part series.
Yes.
And then we'll be able to see how you do when going first. Wait, you went first again,
I did go first.
Well, you go first again, and maybe you'll set up faster.
It wasn't the best. Just... I'm not sure
Sometimes stage 2 decks are very, very difficult.
They are difficult
to set up. So.
Yes, so I'm still
even
trying.
Decks stage 1 like Malamar, you're not always going to have your case out.
The drawing board kind of phase of figuring out what this deck's gonna do. He's been working on it. Matt's been working on this deck for months now.
Oh yeah, probably almost 3 months. I love this deck.
It's so good. Like, I think there's sort of an unwritten local rule where we try to play stuff different from each other. A little bit. Otherwise, I'd probably just try to, play his list. Maybe changed a little bit for my play style.
Yeah.
But Malamar, Giratina, it's so good. So
it's probably one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, non-GX deck. Like there's one with just specifically
I think I'm
Giratina and spell tags.
I think I'm going to Brock's Grid.
Okay. And then it plays Espeon and Deoxys Tag Team GX, which it's GX attack. For 3 psychic energies, it spreads 10 damage counters wherever you like. And if you have 3 extra psychics attached, it spreads 20.
You gotta do all your targets, so I'll put those
in
there.
An idea of yours was the Espeon, Deoxys, and Wheezing.
Oh yeah.
I think we might have to build that deck.
Malamar.
And try it.
The Malamar variant.
Yeah.
I think it could be pretty cool.
That would be.
I like to come up
if
with
I
decks
can
that
set
sound
up-
cool, but
Because you have 4 mysterious treasures, right?
Mhm.
4 Pokemon communication, and that's really all you need. I mean, you
right,
can
you
play
can find your cards.
your
Maybe
normal
a
Lily,
3/3
Cynthia,
using line
Pokegear.
instead of
Yeah, you don't want like a
instead of
ton because you
4,
have so
4.
many stage 1s.
right.
You could play Ditto in there too. That would be helpful.
Mhm.
I even played Ditto in this list just to be a 5th Inkay, but if it can be multi-purpose,
Mhm.
be for evolving
I think
Malamar
I'll
and Weezing,
Pokemon communication in
it would be even better.
Cargo. Oh wait, no, that's not the one I want. I'm revealing my very. Oh, do I have another card in my hand? I thought I had another Pokemon in my hand.
Well.
Well, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh well.
I'm gonna put that in there and pull out that Slugma that I just got
Okay.
because I still might be able to get it. Who knows? Who knows? I've already lost, so more than likely. So I'm not worrying about it too much. And we'll put that there. No, it won't. Because Welder's gonna save me. Welder's the best card in the video game. I mean, card game.
Welder is Welder a video game?
Welder?
In the video game? I've not
I
heard
don't
of
know
a
if she
welder in
is.
a Pokemon
I
game.
imagine there's plenty of people that weld things in the Pokeverse.
Just this one specific welder
I don't know
they
about- yeah.
chose for the Pokemon TCGs.
Yeah, I'm not sure about
tap.
that welder. Pokegear 3.0. Come on.
Nothing? Gotta fail the Pokegear?
Oh.
That's the risk of playing it. Oh man.
Hang on, you're right. I don't have to fail it.
You can if you want, but for thinning...
I might as
Deck.
well get rid of this built
Okay.
analysis.
I think that card's gone up to almost $8 as of today.
Okay, and this is...
It's crazy.
I had to do stuff, It's fun to watch people move the cards around, I think. We're almost as fun to watch as the people that do it professionally, we'll say.
Yes, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Someday, somehow. And I will wonder where this was, and then we're gonna outrage.
All right.
No, I'm not.
Wait. Oh, that would have knocked me
I'm
out.
flare striking. That's what I meant to say.
Okay, Flare Strike.
Yeah, because if you do damage, I can just outrage.
So I
Or
have
double blaze.
this spell tag. I'll put the 4 damage counters on the Reshizard.
Yep.
I'll promote this. I'm gonna draw for turn. I'll Pokemon
Yeah, we'll let him do
Communication
his play.
away the Inkay. I think we should know what we're searching
Show
for
you how
at this
it's done.
point. Gonna go ahead and get that, and then we are going to Viridian Forest away a switch.
Oh,
Grab that
man.
fighting energy.
And this is where he
Do a
wins,
quick little shuffle.
by the way.
Cutter tap.
Tap.
Oh, all right. Oh, you're gonna cut? Okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna Psychic Recharge.
That's gonna stop you.
Twice. Should I Stellar Wish? No, I'm not gonna Stellar Wish. I'm
That's
just gonna
very-
go ahead.
That's very nice of him.
Oh my goodness.
No BMing.
That would be so rude.
Then you Cynthia.
Alright, I will Calamity Edge for 240, and that is knockout. I take my 2 prizes, and that's the game. Good game, sir.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you dead draw.
That's
It was good revenge for me, because like I said
Charmanders.
earlier today at League, it
Mhm.
was just,
Right.
meh.
I did want to. I
At
wanted to
least
see.
against him.
Right. I wanted to see how many Viridian Forests do you run?
I run
2 or
3.
3.
I think it's very important to have not only a counter stadium, but being able to discard
Well-
and get those energies.
And discarding, but I think since you're going the Garchomp route, Garchomp route, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. It's
Yeah,
really good.
It's very, very good how it combos with the
Right.
Giratina Garchomp getting a damage counter on
'Cause
it, which
Now that I know that he can just bust that out pretty much anytime he wants.
and that's why
Unless I've seen him play 4 Mysterious Treasures and 3 Pokemon Communications.
and not have it in hand.
Right. So that is a thing. for me right now, this deck is a conundrum for this deck because
still
reset stamps are
we're
good.
Still building.
Yeah,
we're still
1.5 version 1.5. Man, though.
There's
version
never
3.0 is
never a
so
final
good.
version. Yeah, there's never a final version. It's like Pokegear 3.0.
Yeah,
there's
gonna be a better Pokegear.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The Pokédex started out as a weird little
they announced
thing, and now it's a living organism. And
on Poke Beach they announced the new promos for the League Cups, and it's a Pokegear.
Okay.
And it looks really cool. It's like red, I think. It looked like it was red.
It's cool.
It's a shiny Pokegear.
But it's a mystery for me because if you try to prize race Giratina with the vanilla Charizard, baby Charizard, like
if I can't get my spell tags out, or if you were able to take the first prize and get other Charizard set up or other attackers, then I think you can just take over. But you'd have to rely on me not hitting.
I'd have to be way faster.
So the matchup is it is tough.
It's a very tough matchup for me because knockout Giratina comes back, knocks me out. I'm out of Pokemon. He's not out of Pokemon anytime I knock out Giratina.
You have 2 Brock's Grip, but it might be a little slow.
Right.
Because I can just keep cycling back and forth.
I was too slow with the Reshizard. You could still just come up with your Giratina Garchomp. I guess if I had been more set up, because you want, ideally, if you whiff, I want to be able to take 2 Giratina with my Reshizard. And then hopefully your counter, I can have 5 energy attached to a Charizard to answer back.
That's where you were able to set up, so I could do nothing earlier today.
Right.
Because you were setting that thing up, so
I know I had two just on there already, and it was safe on reserve. So I think Viridian Forest was obviously in play.
Oh yeah.
So I knew I could pull 1 and then 2, 5. So yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for doing this with me.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We have a League Cup on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's not post rotation, but
so I'm playing Blastoise GX.
It's still for points.
West side. We're close enough to the West Coast. Sorry, I'm not affiliated anywhere.
I will most likely be playing Wheezing.
Yes, another W.
Yes, I hope. I really hope, because these points are for this season.
Weezing starts with W, and he's gonna.
Yes,
he's pretty good at getting W's.
I went 4-0 at our last tournament, but it wasn't worth like any points or anything.
Right.
But now that people know what I'm playing, and this is like an actual League Cup, not just a small local tournament.
Right. That's why I'll
probably get countered a little bit.
Or someone will play something that you're not factoring for. That
true. Zoroark. Yeah. I will not be.
Yeah,
Zoroark.
But some of the other people who just have good enough decks that are a little. Mine's kind of still janky. I like to think of it as clunky, but just some of those weird.
Not a good word for it because it's fixable.
It's fixable. Fair enough.
It's a rogue
deck. We're gonna go for a top tier rogue deck.
Yes. A tier 1 rogue deck.
Tier 1 rogue,
do those
man.
Exist? It does now. I think Charizard is very good. It's got a lot of potential. No one's thinking about it, so come out of nowhere if you're able to, set it up quickly and
right.
Because it seems like every single game we've played, you found that turn 1 Elms, get
True.
your Charmanders and your Ditto out, and then it's just kind of hard for you to get
more than one
Charizard up.
Yeah.
But the Ninetales is good. Maybe even a 2 Ninetales?
Maybe.
Since the Beacon, along with Vulpix, is rotating, you'll just have to use a regular one with Ditto, so maybe even Ditto, 1 Vulpix, 2 Ninetales, just for a more consistent setup. Maybe play a Cherish Ball or 2. That might be.
Could be. Hang on.
Might be a little too much space.
For the camera. I could maybe use some B-roll.
What's that?
I'm not sure. Just hang on. Something's happening. I'm making a joke. I'm thinking about could probably isolate the audio and then maybe just put some video game footage underneath our little post game talk.
All right. Yeah.
Who knows? Thinking about ideas. But look forward to this and more like this.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I definitely want to do it again. Maybe our other friend will come. I'm sure he will want to.
I'm sure he'd be down.
We were talking about doing this for a very long time now.
Yeah. So and here it is. And Not the most ideal of form, but
you'll probably see these videos sometime, like either when Worlds is happening, just barely before, or maybe even after.
I could probably get it up tomorrow. I'm building a backlog.
Who knows how many people will be watching this? Who knows if anyone even knows what Pokemon is or what we're even doing? They're just gonna be,
Yes.
But hopefully this gets to the right place. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and
you got to start somewhere.
Yep.
But, thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and spread the good vibes.
Yep.
Live well. I love you.
I love you too.
Live well, because death's coming and it can't be stopped.
Are we cutting this part?
I don't know. That's how I sign off.